All right, all right, all right. It's another Friday. It's another
It is
Friday, and
Friday already.
crazy. It's crazy. Welcome to the Stock Market Neophytes. We'd like to welcome all three of our viewers that are tuning in. If you would have tuned in to us last week and listened, oh, let me get the banner up there because we want to say, but it's been a lot of people lost money
Oh,
last week, and I made money.
yeah.
There's always money to be made, right?
Wednesday was a super day.
Yeah, if you recall on the show, I said that I was actually looking for it as I was going to have a clip for you today, but I'm such a prepared producer here that I did say that. Oh, you never know. On Wednesday, Trump could come out and say, "Hey, we're going to do something with these tariffs. We're going to get rid of them." And on Wednesday, he did, and everything went crazy. It went
And I
crazy. So
see you changed your name
yeah, the
to
Johnny
Johnny
Tariff.
Tariff.
Johnny Tariff. I thought that's appropriate because I'm going to put a tariff on all of our viewers, all three of them.
Well, Wednesday morning, it came out around noon, or I'd have to. We'll run back and look at it, but man, they were diving, and I'm thinking these stocks are on sale, and that CPNG,
Hmm.
the one I told you that I think we're looking at.
Well, let's
I'm
pull it
going to
up
tell
while
you
you're
to
talking
buy
about it.
it.
Let's put it on the board there. Put up CPNG because I was that was a new one that came into our into the existence there. And boy, I said it would go down. So
All right. Let's look at a 10-day chart. And here's Wednesday. You can see Wednesday right here.
oh my gosh, yeah, it went
Okay,
up a little bit.
well, let me open it up a little more because there's the sell day. It made it down to 1851. All
Okay,
right.
yeah, because on our show it was 2022. It was $20, around $20.
Yeah. And here's a year
Huh? Did you
chart,
say it made it down to 1822?
1852. But in one
Okay,
year, it's only made it down to 1816. So
you
it's
figured it was a
I
low.
picked it and wanted to buy it as a long term, and on sale day, it made it down to 1851.
Yeah, that was my prediction was 1822 that it would be. So on Wednesday I'd have been good, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, and then it went up to 2116, and what a volatile week, right? So then it comes back down, and on the historical day of Wednesday, the biggest rise in ever. They said. I mean, man,
Oh,
that thing went up what 1,600 points or something. Dow and Nasdaq. So right in here, I bought it. I can't remember what, but I'm thinking I'm going to hold on to this. Bought 1,300 shares
you
and
were you.
rode.
That's called buying it. That's not just like, I'm going to buy 100 shares.
Yeah, right. And rode it, and all of a sudden it explodes. I look over and it's like, what is going on? And they've been doing this pump and dump, conditioning us.
Yes.
Yeah, look, pump, dump. I could show you pump. Well, that went on, but pump and dump, and it's like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I think they do
So
that with Silvo. I mean, it's because it's weird how it because this morning I pulled it up. It was like at 80.
I'm on my
I'm
show. You need something?
I'm like it's just like an emergency. We have an emergency. So the
Okay, talk
Silva
to me.
was at 80 this morning, but now it's back down to let's see what it's at. It's at 77.65, which is still good. It's still good because from last week we were at 73. But it's like they're trying to drive it up. But in this case, we have
What's the symbol on that?
SLVO.
SL. Yeah. Well, it
Well,
didn't really get into the pump day, did it? But it did make a low, man. Hmm.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They drove the thing down, and then earnings come out. Actually, earnings or not earnings, but the dividend comes out on around between the 8th and the 10th of each month. So this pays a monthly dividend, and I'm thinking, well, it must be going to be low because they were driving it down because they always know something before we know it. They're
Right.
driving it down, and you think, oh, this is going to be under $1 for the dividend. No, it comes out on the 8th or the 9th or whatever. I just happened to look, and it was like $2.08. I'm like, man, that is like a really good dividend. This stock will go up to 80. I mean, it will be at 80 before this deal's over because it just that's historically what it does. And how that they didn't figure out this dividend was right, I don't know. So I bought in at 73 last weekend. It was or last Friday it was 73.26. You should have bought as much as you could buy of it because it's at 77.65 right now. I think is that what it's at? Yeah,
Yeah.
and it has been just going up.
It's
And
at the top of the day, just traded at the top of the day.
yeah, well, the pre-market they had somebody bought some for 80. I don't know what was up with that. That's why I was saying that maybe that was trying to pump it up, but that's where it's headed. It was at 80. Look, you can
80.
see it was 82 just not
Yeah, the
long
day,
ago.
I think that's the day before a show. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then it just like boop, they just killed it.
Well, there's an example that this doesn't
Man,
participate in the pump, but
that's the
of
dump.
the past week. I mean, it did go down. Yeah, it
Yeah,
did follow the market down, but
it follows the silver market, SLV. It follows
yeah.
that, and it was going down. But you'd think that the silver would be going up if times were hard. So let's go ahead and let's look at gold because this stock is directly tied to the silver market, which silver and gold are pretty much the same thing. I think they use both in manufacturing, but a lot of it is for investment.
Well,
So
it's a good time to look at gold because during our show right here, it is hitting an
look at that pump
world
and dump.
world record high.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 32.62.90. It made it
Oh
up
man,
to.
you picked it to be 31. That's it was going down.
Oh man, I'm telling you. Yeah.
So
Look at that.
last week it was at 30.45 and it has put on 210 or so points on top of that. So I got to get my math. I'm going to try to do good math this week.
Johnny, we're getting close. We're getting close. I made man.
May short it? You going to short it? You can't help yourself, can you?
3,300.
Uh, that's
3,300.
it's
They're saying it's going to go to 3,500, but
well, we got to listen to they because they are usually right.
yeah, right. Yeah. Right.
So let me
Yeah.
do the quick math on it, man. You're going to start out with a tremendous lead. So you said it would be at 31.02, which that's it's you're not
Well, it
far
went up
off.
100. I would have been right. Look at this.
Oh,
Just
you
yesterday, it went up 100 points, $100 yesterday.
yep, and then
And
another
today
100.
it's up $81. It went up 140 actually yesterday. Now, man, crazy.
Yeah, you
So
got me for
anyway,
151 on the very first one. 151, you're up. Oh, this is going to be hard to overcome, but maybe Bitcoin can bail me out again. It might be the Johnny 5 and it might be the Gary 5 after today, but then Donald J. Trump. Let's
yeah.
see what that's at.
Well, those are the two stocks, John, that I bought Wednesday. I thought, man, I got to get in DJT because, and I mean,
Really? That is like such I mean, a hard.
for I'm thinking long term, right? So Wednesday was it. Wednesday morning, they were so down, and it was such a great opportunity. I had no idea what was going to happen in the afternoon, right? And so I bought some of this. And
Uh oh.
again, I bought it. I seen it had went down to 15 on the sell day, the panic, right? When we went way down in the market.
Mm-hmm.
So come Wednesday, I seen it go up. I watched it come down and
You
hover
bought it right
around
in
in
there.
here. And I thought, man, I'm going to get in. So along with the CPNG, I got in somewhere around the 17 mark. And those two stocks just exploded all the way up to 22. And it was so easy to ride it up. I mean,
So so you were thinking about long term on both of those and ended up selling them on Wednesday and making some money.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Is that what the long and the short of that story?
I made a long term play on that day, but I did sell because I thought this is not going to hold.
Right. Yeah, I
I
mean, you
just
got to
thought,
take opportunity when when it's there.
right, right. And luckily enough, I sit here and I watch it. And so, but I am in long term. I started a position yesterday at 1855, just 300 shares because it might, but I'm going to be adding. If it goes down a point, I'll add
You'll
300. I
still
want to end up
bargain.
with
I'm
a,
making $50 so far. So
yeah, I'm up $52 on,
so this one we're going to split because you were at 1910 and I was in 1818, and they're at, well, it's getting closer to you, but so we're just going to
yeah.
call that a wash. It's not going to make a difference on that. So we were sort of right. Sort of right.
Hey, I was right sometime today.
Yeah, me too. 1818.
I'm
This one,
telling you, what a volatile market, man.
yeah.
This
Well,
is
that's hey,
this
that
is great.
close on our guessing. That's better than the gold. I mean, you did. My hat's off to you on the gold. You picked the right direction on that. I mean, on these, if you just pick the right direction. So let's go to Old Dominion Freightliner. It's our
Oh,
transportation that took over for Save Airlines, so it is bankrupt.
I I haven't been looking at this. Wow.
Oh, let's see.
So last week it was trading at 152.07. Wow, we both missed
We
this.
both missed. I missed it less than you did by $1, so it's down
Man,
to 150 now. Man,
yeah,
Bitcoin's gonna have to bail me out this week because Boyle. Ooh, Boyle. Let's see what. Oh, I think I'm not too far off on Boyle. Although Boyle's
yeah,
way
yeah.
lower than that. Like I'm 10 off on it. It's down to
Well,
50s.
explain to our viewers what ODFL does.
Okay, so Old Dominion Freight, they took over for Save, which was our airline. So we wanted to keep in transportation stock because Save went bankrupt and they are no longer on the market. So we put in Old Dominion Freightliner, which is right down the road from me, is one of their big headquarters where I can actually keep an eye on how many trailers are out and see how they're doing. If there's trailers are in the parking lot, they're not out there on the road. But right now it's pretty empty. So Old Dominion is our transportation stock in the Johnny Five. I get to still say Johnny Five until I lose today. And so that's what we're using as our transportation. And so
Yeah,
they've been up. They've got good reviews. It's a great company, but I think they're a victim of the stock market right now and the tariffs and
yeah.
the other stuff. So there
Here's
you
a
go.
1 year chart. They like you said, and gas is coming down,
Yep, that'll
so
help them.
they're in buying area right here,
Yeah,
right?
I think that they definitely. I think there's a lot of stuff, but I think people are waiting for this tariff stuff to get settled down. And the market does not like uncertainty. And that's what we have right now. They don't know what's going to happen from day to day. I think people are already getting leery of the tariffs, but I really think we need to stick to our guns on China and get that trade deficit straightened out. Because it's like 20 billion a month for 30 years. It's you can't
Oh,
you can't
Trump
keep doing
will.
that.
Yeah.
So
Once
we'll
Trump
see.
does something, he's not going to undo it out of cowardness.
No, he's not. He's like remember Porky's? Remember the movie Porky's when they glued the guy's gas pedal down with the super glue? I don't know. That's a very old movie. But anyway, the RV, they glued the pedal down, and he just as soon as he hit the pedal, he couldn't stop, and they just took off. So that's how Trump does it. Somebody's glued the pedal down. But
Yeah, yeah,
somebody made a good point. The China exports 5 times more than we import there. So whatever our tariff is nothing compared to what their tariff is. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to take a minute for us to replace a lot of these things that they make
well,
over there. But
this morning, Musk said he's not shipping any Teslas over there anymore.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
well because of the tariff, probably. I mean, think
yeah.
about it. You got to pay 100 and what they have 120. It's funny they just keep upping each other. It's like Trump just stays 140% ahead of them. I think China's at 145, and no, they're at 125, and we're at 145
Well, midnight tonight, China is raising their tariff on us again.
again. Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah. I don't know
so,
how much. I didn't catch it, but
so I got to
so
dial
the
back.
weekend, man, who knows how the market will open Monday, but it's exciting. So.
Yeah, it is. It's fun to do this as long as you're not losing your ass. And
Right.
well, let's get to the next one, Boyle, because that one's
Okay.
uh, that one's
B
something.
O I L. Okay, explain what boil is.
Okay,
Boil's
boil is your natural gas future stock. And the opposite of boil is cold, which we're going to talk about later.
yeah.
And that was very, very good to me. I bought it at like $18 and almost 19, and it went way up to like 20.
Cold.
Sold
Let
it.
me put cold on here.
Yeah, let's put it on there.
All right. Let me put a 10-day chart on that.
Yep.
Oh dear, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Where put that low number there?
Well, you bought it at 18, okay? So 10
Or
days
not,
ago,
I bought it at 19,
yeah,
19 even. Well, 1897. So right in there. I
yeah,
bought it right in there.
right.
And I bought a lot of it.
Yeah,
A lot of it. And then it just kept going up. Now, I didn't sell it at the 28. Uh, I sold it when it, because I was holding it out. I mean, I held out till, I don't know what day, maybe
yeah.
Wednesday. I don't,
Let me tell him. I think this day you text me, do you think it'll go higher? Because you were really,
oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
well.
Right
And
there.
then you woke up and I said, yeah, I think it will. I think it's, I don't know what the tariffs are doing, but it appears like it's going
Yeah.
up. And then I think you text me this day and it's like, oh crap. Well, by the end of the day, you're looking good. I think I texted you and said, you're
Yeah.
still looking good.
Yep. And then they'll go to that next level up.
And then they,
Oh, it did
man,
go
then they
down.
took
Yeah,
it.
right there. I saw it. That's where if I could have got online faster, I could have sold it right there. But by the time see that big drop there, I sold
Yeah.
mine at 25.98 or something like that. So basically at 26, and that
Oh,
was a good amount of money. That was like,
well, isn't
and
that,
then it went back up again, but then it
it's,
went back down again.
yeah, it's peculiar that this is the pump day. And when they pumped the market up, gas went down.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and then inventory came out. They have more inventory than they speculated, which you'd think that would drop the price, but it didn't.
right,
It
right.
just sort of didn't do anything. I think everybody sort of knows what's going to happen on that. But so this one is the short. This cold is short on that. So they're thinking that uh, when Boyle does poorly, cold does well, and vice versa, which is the opposite of Silvo and the silver market. So they both are correlated.
Yeah,
Correlation.
when cold goes up, boil comes down. When
Yep.
boil
Yep.
goes up, cold goes down.
So let's go back down. Let's go to Boyle and see what happens. It was really dropping there for a minute.
Yeah. Well, last week it was trading at $74.12.
Mm-hmm.
I
Man.
only thought it'd go down a couple to $70.50, and you said it'd go down to
Oh wow. Looks like
$68.42.
I got $2 more back. Whoopee.
Oh
Down to
yeah, and man,
148.
it's
All
down
right.
to 59.
Yeah, I know it. And I think it's going to come back this afternoon. But it's always a guess. A lot of times in the morning, if Boyle's up at around 10:30 or 11, it'll turn around and start going the other way. Or if it's down, it'll start in the afternoon, it'll come back up. So I'm thinking that Boyle's going to come back up to that. How much has it dropped today? What's it say?
It's just $1.36.
Okay, so everybody may be taking a breather today because you can see how much up and down this is. If you're a trader trying to make some money on these, what I call just gambling stocks, it's going to be you're going to be biting
I
some nails.
I tell
I'm
you what,
out,
I don't.
totally out of that deal right there for now. For now.
They're real hard to trade, man. They're just
Yeah, it is. You can't. I mean, you could
really
lose. I mean, Boyle was going down $9 a day. That one day it went down $12,
right,
and then of
right.
course cold is a lesser. You know, the cost of it's lesser, so it goes up relative. But if you watch the percentages, if you look at their percentages of up and down are exactly the same. I mean, it's like computers are running it all. Huh.
Yeah, well, just 10 days ago it was $90.70.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Well, look at that day right in the middle. That one looks like that's one that went down a
yeah,
crap load. Yeah.
right.
So I had it at 68. You had it at 70. I got $2 more. I'm at 148 behind now. Let's see what Bitcoin does. You went smart. You did the smart at like 888888888, and I went 92 something. So let's see
Right.
if it's above 92, you're done, pal. So
Well,
it's
what do you think it's above 92?
I have no idea. I
All
probably
right.
think not. I think not because I'm going to
Well,
lose.
it's at 82, 465.
Well, looks like you. It's now the Gary Five because I needed to win there. So you
Yeah.
crushed me. Wow, it went down a bunch, but it
Yeah.
looked like it was up a little bit. But
This is a 1 day chart, so we'll run the 20-day chart. Yeah.
yeah,
There's pump day. Oh man, it went up 10 from from 81 all the way up to 89, almost 10 grand, and then come all the way down. Or no, here's pump day. I'm sorry. It
oh
came down.
man,
Here's sell day. Come down 74 and went from 75.8 to 83.9.
man. And then it's sort of and that's the it was a tough week if you're for some stuff. I talked
Yeah.
to one of my friends. They lost $500,000 because they have a mutual fund. That's a
Oh,
lot to lose. I mean, but if you're losing 500,000, that means you got a big, but they have somebody managing theirs. And you
well,
would think
yeah. You
you
don't
would
lose
think
it
that
till you sell it.
these managers would do a better job on stuff, but they get paid whether or not. It's like
Yeah.
anybody that's worth their salt would. If you lose $500,000, you're fired. I'm sorry. You're better off listening to the
Yeah.
stock market neophytes for entertainment purposes only and following our crazy advice than to let $500,000 go out the window. I
Yeah.
mean,
Don't.
there's
Yeah.
got to be
Don't.
some kind of hedges. Why do you hire these people? Why do you hire a financial guy if he's not? I just was like that. I was like, wow, I feel bad when I lose 5 grand. It's like, but
Yeah.
and I feel bad telling them that, hey, I made 10 grand this week. I mean, it's like there's money to be made if you know where to look. You got to
Yeah.
look under the right rocks. So anyway,
Right.
okay, well, it's now the Gary Five. You've redeemed yourself on that. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead. Whose picks do you want to do next? We sort of did cold already. If you want to,
Right.
let's do cold real quick because it's in the middle. It's one that we sort of picked on the side.
Cold. We did. Where did we write that down?
I got it
Oh,
here.
yeah.
2202.
Okay.
It was
Well,
2202.
oh my
Man,
gosh.
you're like on fire today. Look at that.
Look at that.
24.58
Last
you
week it
said?
was trading at 22.02. I guessed it would be $24.58. You guessed 23.23, and we're at 24.80.
Wow, Gary won the side bet too. Man, this is going to be a long day for me. Maybe I could win my own this week. I think I'm going to do better because I actually picked some of this stuff going up on the next deal. So yeah,
Well, man, I tell you, when we get to our predictions for next week, that's
it's
going to
going
be
to be
tough.
another hard one. I mean, it was hard last week. You think about it. We were sitting there Friday with these tariffs looming and no,
Yeah.
not looming. They were going, and
Yeah.
then wondering if what's going to happen during the next week that's going to change things. And well,
Right.
we found out. We
Yeah.
found out. So
We kind of
okay,
predicted it pretty well. All
yeah.
right.
I think I think you might even beat me on mine. Let's do mine first. I want to
Okay.
get it over with. I
Got it.
think you're going to beat me. I'm looking at it because I think Tesla's up a little bit. Go to Tesla.
All right. Tesla last week was trading at $242.51.
It's like it's the same as it was.
Oh my
Isn't
gosh.
that funny? Oh, look, I made some money there on you.
Yeah.
And I thought it was up to 280 something.
Well, yeah, we were way off on this one. I'm embarrassed to say we thought it would be 284 and you thought it'd be 268. That's crazy. Let me run a. What did it go up to on pump day? Let's see.
I'm up $16. Make you holla.
On pump day, can you imagine this ran from on pump day if you thought, Tesla's viable, which I was looking at it too. I did trade it early, but I didn't hold it just because I
Yeah,
thought that
it's a
if I'd have
expensive
held it,
stock.
it went from 221 to 275 in 1 day, 50 points.
That's crazy. Well, then
Yeah.
they were saying a lot of people were shorting it. Bill Gates and some of these people were shorting the stock.
Oh,
So that may have, a lot of times that'll, give it it will determine who buys what and when. But
Right.
basically, when it retracts like this, people just take their money out, and the people just cash out, and and until they start putting the money back in, nothing goes back up. It's all about money in the blender. The
Right.
as long as the
Right.
blender's moving, money's moving. When it stops, it stops. They take it out. So
Oh,
you got money in the market to make it go up. So
they've been to the cookie jar a couple times, but they got their hands slapped. It's like,
yeah,
hang on.
yeah, it's well, they were
But
saying that Tim Waltz had shorted it and lost a bunch of money. So, uh,
yeah,
you know, but yeah, this is when you're dealing with a stock that's $250, you can't hold a lot of them.
well, you understand right here too. I mean, a big part of this run was the shorts covering.
Oh yeah, oh I
They
got you.
started seeing it go up, so they had to cover, which
Had to
made
get
it shoot
out.
up even more, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah,
people were sort of. It's weird how that it's like the craps table. There's always a win on every roll. Doesn't matter. You just got to pick what it is. It's either craps
yeah.
or not craps.
Knowing
So
the direction really helps.
yep. Okay, so I got you by 16 on that one, buddy.
Yeah,
All right, now
yeah.
we got IBM. I think you're gonna. Well, I don't know. I don't even know what IBM's doing. I didn't even look.
Okay, last week IBM was at 230 39, 230 39. I thought it'd go to 242.12. You thought it'd go to 228.12.
Ah ha ha! I got you.
You got me.
But how much by? So it's at 33. So that's five, and you lost by. I didn't get you by very many, and
Darn.
you lost six. It's at
Yeah.
no, you lost eight. So I got you by three. So I'm at plus 19. I'm going good for me. Ha, ha, ha.
Wow.
All right,
Wow.
Silvo. Let's do Silvo. Uh-oh.
Silvo. This is your favorite.
Oh, I love this stock. That's why I made like half of Autumn's money on this one.
Yeah. Last week, Silvo was $73.76. I guessed it would go to $74.82. You guessed it would go to $78.50. Man.
Man, it looks like I got you by $2 more.
Wow.
Plus 21. All right, come on. And well, the last one I can't lose. So I've won on my own. Yeah. But
Yeah.
so we got NNDM because you end up doing four picks for some reason. That wasn't in our pre-show when we were talking about it. We were supposed to do three picks, but you decided to do four, so I had to do four. Let's go with this NNDM. Boy, this one's
All
going to
right.
be
We
a
got it up. Last week it was trading at $1.41. I thought it would be $1.34. You thought it'd be $1.52. So I
what's the
got it.
difference in that?
Yeah.
It's going to be pennies, but so
Yeah.
52 that's 7 and 34 is 9. I got you by 2 cents. So I won you by $20.02. I won on every one of my categories. And plus
Nice.
I did buy a bunch of that, and I now if you'll remember last week I said this is a good buy for stuff. I've bought a lot of shares at 138. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, so it's I think this is a good one to hold because of the 3D printing. Once they get all these deals done, now I don't know when you buy it, but I think it's going to slowly go up. But whenever you buy, you're going to plan on holding this for a year probably. But in a year, I think you might. This could be a good one to own, and it doesn't cost a whole lot to buy 1,000 shares of it. And if it goes up to the $5 or $6 where it's probably going to end up at some point in the future or more, I don't know. It just depends on how 3D printing goes. Seems like it's getting to be pretty popular. And these are three companies that are merging together. But right now, the parent, which is NNDM, the Nano Dimensions, are the ones with paying the bills. So
Yeah.
it's like
Here's a yearly chart. Let me do a 3-year chart. What's the highest? It's
it used to be. It's been up there. So
yeah,
this,
374. Yeah.
yeah. Well, the
Wow.
other companies that they're buying have been around $5. So I know that Mark Forge they did a buyback of some of their stocks because it was getting low. So they did a reverse split, uh, and then Nano decided to buy Desktop Metals for like $5 and something. Now they did come back and buy it for less than what they were less than they predicted. They estimated they would buy it for, but then they have another deal with Mark Forge that's going to buy them out at $5. So, and I think Mark Forge is around 475. So they're supposed to get that deal done, which is probably going to, affect them. But like I said, this one's just one to hold, and I just put it up
Right.
there because you gave me an extra one. But so I won mine. Yay! I won one so far.
Good job. Good job.
Maybe I
Well,
can get even with you on yours. This may be
you
just like a
are.
regular show.
You might have to not be a neophyte here pretty soon.
Yeah, when do I get my badge? We should give out badges for
When
not
you
being
get
a new.
your gold watch.
Yep. Okay, so we got
Okay, we got mine. We
yeah,
got
let's do yours.
Coupang.
Oh yeah,
Last week it was trading at $20.02. I thought it would go to 22.40. You thought it'd go to 18.22. So
it's at 21.51.
it's at 21.51. It did go to 22 on pump day, but
Okay,
now
so it's at I'm missing a bunch
it's
of
at
them right here.
21.53. I'm a dollar off.
Three, yeah, I'm three off. So you're plus two.
Yeah, yeah,
Plus two on your own. That's a good start. But
yeah. It is. It
it's
is.
it could be planner.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
planner. You're gonna
man. I
get
got a
some on
big
that one too.
comeback. Get you.
They had
Planner.
news. Planner had some news that they were talking about. They just got some whatchamacallit, but doesn't look like it's panning out for them a whole lot.
What's trading
Although,
at $86.54 right now. Last week it was $73.84. I said it would at least go to 81.40,
mhm,
and you said it would go down to 65.
it never did it make it to 65. Nope, never did. So let's see.
Let's see on dump day. What did it? It did make it to 65. Look at that.
Oh my God! See, I told you, just wrong day. I was hoping that Trump would do it on Friday.
Man, you should have bought it at 65.
Well, I didn't know. I was busy trying to buy Silvo.
Yeah,
I was
right.
busy trying to dump the boil and buy the Silvo.
Well,
So
this is one I watched, all of them pumped. This stock on Wednesday went from 76 all the way up to 93.
is that just the shorts getting out? Isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot of that because everybody knew the market was going to suck, so they put a bunch of shorts out there, and then once it starts coming, it came back after that news, and it's like a little bit of panic on getting rid of these shorts. I don't want to be paying extra. Well,
Or if we have viewers out there, we called this in this area right here and said it would go to 100.
right,
And we're not lying. Yeah, we
yeah,
didn't tell
no,
anybody to buy it, but we just said it's going to 100.
yeah. We're
It
just
actually
telling you where
went
they
to
go. You can do what you want with that. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
so you got me by 16 more. So you're up to 18 ahead. Man, this is gonna be hard for me to come back on.
How
Uh,
many points did you get me by?
I got you by $20.02, $21.02. So you're already ahead of where I'm at. So, but I could come
Oh,
back. Let's look at
yeah.
Nike then. Nike might do it for me.
Oh, I'll tell you, Nike, man. Nike last week was $57.48. We both thought it would go up for some reason. I said 62.50. You said $65. So
Yeah, I lost $3.
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
at 31, and I don't think the last stock's going to get it done. So you got Pasquale's. Look at that
Right.
thing.
And Nike made it down to $50.89.
Oh, the tariff. I mean, even the tariffs on
Yeah.
China is still stuck. So that,
Oh, and all their shoes are being made over there. So
yeah.
yeah, I don't
Well,
know
I
how
don't
that's
think
gonna.
people are going to be buying Air Jordans. They don't care.
I wonder if Michael Jordan's sweating any of this. Huh?
Yeah, he may not get his $169 million check this week
Yeah.
for his.
Right.
He makes like a fortune off of that, royalties off of that.
If you ever watch the show Air,
Air Jordan or
no, it's just called Air. It hit the movies, but me and the wife went and seen it. At the end of it says Nike pays Michael Jordan $400 million a year
yeah,
royalty. Yeah,
that's crazy. Well, the Air Jordans go for thousands of dollars. I mean, it's
yeah,
crazy. I got a
yeah.
pair. Somebody gave me a pair of Air Jordans. Maybe they're worth a lot of money. I don't know.
We ought to buy a pair, and whoever wins next week gets them.
Yeah, that's well. If we buy a pair, we have to know what shoe size they wear. So we're pretty good at
No, I
we're
wear
pretty
a
good
10, I wear 11.
at. Oh, you're talking about between you and I,
Yeah,
not
right.
our audience.
No,
Okay, yeah,
we're not going to give them out. Are you kidding?
yeah, that's right. We can't. We don't have a budget for this show. Uh, so what is
Okay.
Pasquale's or PSQH? This is one that we've been watching because Donald Jr.'s on it.
All
Yay!
right. Oh man. Okay. Last week it was trading at $1.83. I thought it would go to 2.10, and you thought it'd go to 1.98. So
It's really I got you by 20 cents. So you were at $30.70 plus. So
yeah.
you won yours, I won mine, and you got the Gary 5. I think this is a win for and you won the side bet. So I think that's
Well, let's
good.
tell the viewers why we like this stock, and I will tell you right now. I have started a position. I got
Oh,
2,000 shares at 186. I'm down 160 bucks. But if it as it goes down, I'll be adding. I would like to have a bunch of shares of this. Yeah. But
so you
here,
think that's a good one. Okay. All right.
Donald J. Jr. became this was
On the
the
board.
announcement. He was on the board. They appointed him to the board, and it shot up from here to
Stay
8.
there. Yeah.
So, with Dave Donald as president, his son, and this thing, I think
Yeah, because
I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul. I mean, I might
man,
sell it
you
when
don't
it gets.
do a lot of long stuff either.
No,
So
I don't. Not at all.
let's see. We got the. Hold on, I got to get my sheet out here. Let's go back to let's get our the Gary 5 picks because you won. We got gold. We got DJT, which is seems to be very. We got Old Dominion Freightliner.
Hey, did you see what 8 Ball said?
Oh, what did it say?
We
Uh,
wrote down last week. You did one before we
oh, it
get
said
into our
up.
picks. You did one last thing. You said, "Let's see what the 8 Ball says the market's going to do."
All right, let's see what the Dow is. You got the
Yeah,
Dow. The 8 ball. No, we predicted that it would be. No, it was at 38
the
nine
8 Ball
22.
said up, and what I wrote down was Nasdaq last week was 17,781 the day we did our show, and today it's 18,744.
So
So
what's the Dow at? I wrote down 38 922.
I don't know. I don't look at the Dow.
I can look at it real quick. Hold on, it'll take.
Yeah, you look at it.
I can
Who
look at it real
knows?
quick. I can pull it up. I gotta do it on the old Schwab, the old boat anchor Schwab. Let's see
Man,
what.
gold is sold off.
See, you should have
This,
shorted it. You should have shorted it. You
I
just
know.
if you weren't on this
Only
stupid
short.
show.
It's only sold off 12 bucks.
39 9 99. So we were at 30. Yeah, the 8 ball was right, everybody. The Dow's up 1,000 points from what the 8 ball said. So that's pretty bold 8 ball statement.
Yeah,
So
I
you
tell
want
you.
to let's
And we were thinking about getting a new one.
yeah, I know it.
Yeah, that's
This one's hard
crazy.
to read.
We don't need a new one. That's it's still got
It's
plenty
still
of
got it.
balls.
It's still got plenty of juice in it. But it must have known about Trump doing that. So our let's do our the Gary 5. We got the Bitcoin. We got the gold. We got the Donald J. Trump. We got. I mean, it's a good indicator on what's going on with stuff. I mean,
All right. Yeah. What are we gonna do the my picks?
yeah, no. Oh well, we can do your picks. I was going to do the Gary 5 first, but that's okay.
Oh,
We
okay. All right. Let's do it. What do we got?
we
Gold.
got gold.
Okay.
Gold. Put them
Oh
up.
my.
Put them up. Put them up. Put them up.
Gold. Gold is crazy. Darn it. Look at the sell off since we hit the show. When we started the show, it was printing right here.
Yeah, 30, and it's dropped down 20.
Yeah.
$20.
Isn't that
And
wonderful?
yeah, you should have shorted it. But you were thinking 35.
Yeah.
But
3,500.
when you got to buy 3,200, when you got to buy $3,200 worth of something, that's a lot. But look at it; it just trades. Look at how many people are trading that thing.
Oh
It's
my.
just like it's crazy. It's craziness. Pull up the silver market real quick. Oh wait, we gotta pick a gold. What's the gold at? What are we gonna call?
Well, quickly, it's at 32.4860. 32.4860. Man, what's it going to do next for next week?
Yeah, I know it. Man.
I have no idea.
What kind of show is this? I'm
It's
scared.
a neophyte.
Yeah, I'm scared to guess on anything. But we did fairly okay last week. We did good on our own picks for once.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And you won back to Johnny Five. That's okay. I'll get over that maybe by about Wednesday. Uh, I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna be bold and say it's gonna go to 3333.33.
Wow, you're doing the Bitcoin number on me here.
Yeah.
Wow, I hate to do this, but I'm going to go with 32, 22, 22, 22, 22.
32, 22, 22.22. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. 0.22 because I'm a ballerina. I gotta
Right.
have a tutu. All right. The so then we got the Donald J. Trump man. This one's scary.
This is, man. But I'm not gonna bet against Donald Trump.
No,
Where is the
I love hearing these people online that are complaining about the tariff this and tariff that, and I bet half of them don't, and they seem like just people sit around online. They don't even have jobs, and they're
no?
sitting there telling, and they probably don't own anything in the stock market, and they've never signed the front of a paycheck. It's crazy that they
Hey,
think that they're these economists and that they are these world leaders, and we know what we're doing. And this is it's just like, well, how nice would it be if our entire country got behind our president? Even if he's wrong, we should still be
wow.
getting behind the president. We can tell him he's wrong, but you still don't. It seems like these people are wishing that America fails. I was like, what kind of
Yeah,
defeatist
yeah.
attitude is that? So what's
It's
Donald
not.
J. Trump at?
All right, I wrote down it's $18.87. Where do you think it's going to be next week? You'll go first on this one.
All right, 21.72.
Wow. 21.22.
72. 72. Yeah, I don't need a two. I already have one two two. I
Man,
don't need two two twos.
what kind of sense you got? Zero?
No, I got $21.72.
Oh, 21.72. Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I just pulled that out of the air. I don't.
Man,
That's good for you though, or you still have some of it.
yeah, I'm going to say, let me just run a 10-day chart real quick. And uh, I'm going to, I'm going to say 1749.
I was thinking about going that way, but I didn't.
Well, I want it to go that way. I want to buy another 300 about right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And look at that volume in the middle there. That was when they were selling it off.
Went all the way up to 22, but I don't know how the market's going to open up Monday with these tariffs being increased in China tonight at midnight. So I'd like to see another dip, and when I see a dip, I'm going to dip into it.
You're going to go, hey, and people must be watching the show because NMDM's up another 1.5. So,
Really?
yeah, I'll tell you, that's a good stock. You're going to have to hold it. That's all I'm saying. You're going to have to hold that one.
1.5.
Yeah, it was at 45 when we started. Now it's at 146. So
it's up 2 cents.
Well, not up.
A point and a half. That'd be
I meant 1.5 cents. 1.5 cents.
That's such a neophyte statement.
Yeah, that is. I didn't do very good on that. I'm sorry to get everybody panicked. We already
what's my
another
next
tariff on things.
Yeah, you got me excited. Planter?
No. We got Dominion. Oh, we're on the. You got Planter on the brain. I hate that stock. I'm just going to go on the record by saying I hate that stock. Just like, and you put it in yours every week. I got to guess that damn stock. I don't like it.
I'm losing love over it, so I may change. I've had it for a year. So,
Oh, so you got a
okay, this
you bought
is,
it on the you actually own some of that
huh?
of Planter? You own Planter?
No, I do not now.
Oh, okay.
151.76.
15176. Man, this one's a tough one because it really didn't move a lot from what we had then or uh
One
yeah.
sale day, it went all the way down to 142. It's recovered to 151. That's only
Yeah.
9 points.
And
Are
you
we going to
almost
recover
think it
more
can't
or
get
going to
worse.
slide more? What do you think?
I'm 158.29.
Oh, you think it's going up?
Yeah, I think it's going to go up. I think that it's going to go up. People are still got to move crap around for a while.
Well, you know what's you and I ought to make a prediction. Do we think this was the bottom of this year?
For them, uh,
Yeah, for all of them. I mean, I could show you
oh yeah,
50
all the way
stocks that
across the
all
board.
hit right there.
Yeah, I think that was. I mean, think about it. This was a pretty substantial sell-off. But I think that it could go back to that. But I do think that the Dow's probably going to get back up above 40,000, and it's just going to slowly keep edging up. I mean, look at the volume. I mean, just
Yeah,
people just
this
going
is
crazy.
here's what you got to think about though. Here's Nasdaq for the year.
Yeah,
That's it. Now, let me run the whole year out. It did go below. All
yeah,
right. So on dump day. So it could be the bottom.
yeah.
But if you go 3 years out, we got
Oh
a
yeah.
long way to go to sell off.
Well, but they put so much money in the economy in over 3 years. But yeah,
Yeah.
we do. I mean, there's just like I said, it's all about how much money's in the market. And people that put in money, that's fine. But I think there's a lot of people probably sitting there with some cash right now because they sold,
Right.
if you sold, or there's other people sitting there riding it out. If they got a 401k that's managed by, like my buddy that lost $500,000. I mean, he's not selling anything. He's just going to wait for it to come back or until he needs it, type of thing. So he doesn't need it
Wow.
right now. So you just wait. You just wait. You're just long haulers in the market.
Yeah. It depends on what he's got. But that's, yeah.
Well, he's got a mutual fund that they peddle these mutual funds with a bunch of
Oh, yeah.
different things, and they're probably fairly safe stocks. And those are the ones that got hammered the hardest. Were
But
the IBMs and the Nikes and the whatnot. So
But up here, though, see, this is what people don't realize the game they play. They were acting like you should be buying up here, and
yeah,
that's when they're selling because they're it's not this is not a really ethical game. Okay,
no, it is not. There's people that know things, and
now people
yeah,
that do
there's
this every day know that they're trying to strip you of every dime you have.
yeah,
Okay,
it's us against them for sure, and
yeah.
they are going to try to get us. So, what do you got for? What are you going to guess on this one? You're like stalling on me.
I'm sorry. What are we doing? I
We
got.
got Old Dominion freight liners. Put that on there. Well, we're
Oh,
trying to
okay.
predict what the market's going to do. Is this the
Yeah.
bottom? So that's a good side note. What is it going to be doing?
Well, we may have seen the bottom. I sort of think we have,
I
but
think so too. I mean, what are they
yeah.
going to put more tariffs on something? I mean, they can, but I mean, everybody's sort of conditioned to that now of like, okay, seems like a connection. And I think it is about how people feel. If we feel like it's going to get better, like you just said, I think we hit the bottom. If there's several other people out there thinking that, they may start putting some money back in, and then
Right,
it'll go
right.
up. But it's a lot of players in this
A
game. A
lot of
lot of
players.
players. A lot of players. So what do we
I'm
got
going
here?
to say um, 150.49.
Okay, wow, we're setting this up. Either I'm going to win or you're going to
I
win
know
next
it's going to
week.
be a
It's
battle.
it's going to be a bare knuckles going on here. So we got the boil, our buddy the boil.
Yeah.
It's like a boil. When you get a boil, you got to pop it,
Oh, nice.
and then you have a lot of gas come out of the boil.
Okay, Boyle is at 61.11.
Well, it's going
Where
up.
is
I
this
told
going
you.
to be
Did
a
I
week
not tell
from
you it was
now?
going to go up? It's already gone up since our show started.
Yeah, it's only minus 21 cents today. Today's a pretty flat day. There's
Yeah,
not
it's
much
not a lot of movement,
volatility.
but it was at, it was when we were doing it before, the boil was at, uh, it was down 58, 58. Now it's at 61 already. So it's gone
Right.
up $3 since we started this show. And I did predict that it would go up in the afternoon, and it's the afternoon now. So,
Right.
but will it keep going? It looks like they're got a stalemate going. See when that's the red and there all of a sudden it doesn't have.
Yeah. That just
That's
went
just
down
crazy.
$3. No.
Yeah,
It does move. It's a
my
great.
comments. I was like Trump. I said something and it went down. So, but
This is the reason I don't like trading it because it does. It moves so much. So if you happen to make the wrong trade, you could be
it,
down $1,000
yep, yep. It is
real
not
easy.
for the meek. It is
Yeah,
not for
it's
the meek.
just not for
You
the.
almost you almost got to know if that's a low spot. I mean, the other day when Boyle went down $12, you're thinking at $6, oh, that could be the bottom. But then it
Uh,
went another six,
right.
and then the next day it may keep going down. I mean, it. Well, put out a 1 year chart on this thing. Yeah,
One
look at
year.
that thing. It was at a 123. And then it was as low as 35. I mean, I know I bought it at 40, and then it went up to 100. There, it was over 100, and
Right.
not that long a time. So if you were to buy that at 100, I mean, and that's what gets me. It's like people start buying these things at this high numbers,
Yeah.
and it's like
Well, that's like your buddy. Somebody bought it here at 112. Are they, they holding on to it? I hope not. But
yeah, it's half of that. But that's, and then if you pull up cold real quick because it's going to be the same, but opposite. But
yeah,
it's gonna
this will explain to them that
yeah how it
cold.
works. So
Yeah.
look, cold was up at 85 at one point when that was when they were tanking. When it was 35, cold was 85. So now we're down. The low was at 16, and if we think it is sort of bottomed out, then it's going to come back. So it's right now it's at 24.66. It's you know I think I'm not buying in at that. But if it got back into the teens, I'd probably buy some more and wait, just wait, because it will come back. It just matter of how long you want to wait. So if you're
Right.
well, I don't know if that 123 is ever coming back, but if you're got Boyle at 80, yeah, good luck.
Well,
Good
I don't.
luck.
Yeah, I don't have a clue what the tariffs are doing to the gas market. I
Well,
just.
I think it's inventory, but if you look at oil, oil's come way down. Oil's like 50 something dollars a barrel. Pull up
Oh
oil.
yeah,
Do you have oil?
yeah. I
Now
got
we're
oil.
now we're trying to be market analysis here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is
Whoops.
what it
Oh,
is.
here's oil in a year from 87 all the
Yeah,
way
look at
down to
it. So it's still
55.12. Man.
yeah. So it's at $60 a barrel. Now OPEC likes it around 70 $75.
All
That's
right.
where, and I think everybody that's where they make their money if they can get it to that. Now, but with the economy maybe slowing down, it makes that happen. But I think that's what the gas inventory goes like. I think they said billion cubic, whatever they measured in. It was about 3 million of them off compared to what the estimate was as far as on the high side of inventory. So that means, hey, we got to do something with this gas. We don't have gas built up. Sometimes you got to burp and do everything.
Have you seen much of a change at the pumps? Because
No, well, there's a
we haven't.
Keystone pipeline had a issue. So the Keystone pipeline had some kind of spill and it affected the Midwest. Uh, but yeah, we were down at 279, and then when that happened, we were up to 330, but now we're around about $3. I think
Man,
$3 is the point where people are like, I can live with $3. But when it gets up 350, $4 or whatever, when it takes more than $100 to fill up my tank, I'm like, damn it.
yeah, right, right.
What's
Hey,
that?
your mic sounds a little. You do something to your mic. I mean, I can understand you sound just a little
Okay,
garbled.
is that better?
Yeah, that's better. There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah, I just
All
probably
right.
scooted out a
So
little bit.
what are we doing? Boil? Let's do.
Yeah. Well, we got to guess Boyle because we got sidetracked there on everything. So,
Yeah,
uh,
I know. I straighten you out here. I put down 6111.
yep.
What do you think it's going to be next week?
It's your turn to go first, pal.
Oh,
because I'm going to
wow.
price us right here on this one.
Oh, I don't think it's going to move much.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
I mean, it just
I
says.
I don't have a I really don't have a clue, but I'm gonna say 67-20.
All right, I'm going with 57-57.
Oh, you think it's going down?
Yeah, I think it's going. I'm just guessing. Yeah, I'm going to win $10. I'm either going to win $10 on you or lose $10, or it's
Yeah.
going to be in the middle and we'll break even. So
All right.
now the big one. This is the one that settles the hash. The Bitcoin. What's it at?
Yeah, you've got me on this one almost every week.
Yeah, well, it usually the one that it moves so much it just cancels out the other guesses. So yeah, you crushed me this week on it. It was I was
Okay,
down 148 and the Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's at 83,105.
Okay, so man, it's
Where's
about the same as it was last week.
right? So
Hmm.
what's going to happen in the week that's going to make this move, man? It's going to be the
Man,
catalyst
I
that
don't know.
just
I mean, it hadn't moved in four. Bitcoin's been 8,400, 490. It's been 84 140. Last week was 8370, and this is so it's sort of. I mean, from Friday to Friday, it pretty much balances out, but
yeah.
it's still $1,000 difference. So I maybe not do that big of a swing. I'm gonna go with 84 240. 84 240.
Okay, it's written down.
It's so it shall be. Is that enough? Is it 8,000? No, I did 8420.
84
Oh no,
240.
no, it's them. It's 83,000. Okay, I got it right.
Yeah,
84 240. Man, that's a lot of money for one stock for one unit.
man, I'll say one coin.
Yeah, one coin. It's like, man, spend it wisely, weed hopper. So what do you say it's going to be?
Oh dear. I mean, any day Trump's going to come out with some plan for a Bitcoin, right? It's just
Oh,
it's just when.
yeah, his hands are full right now with all sorts of
Yeah, he's
stuff.
got a lot going on. I don't know if he can get around to Bitcoin. So uh, I'm going to say 78,440.
Ooh,
All right.
man, that's setting up for a $6,000 swing there. So
Yeah.
it could
Make
get
it,
it
man.
could get a little gnarly next week. Oh boy,
Yeah.
oh boy. So and then so now let's go with you want to do the we had a side pick
Oh,
of cold.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a side pick of cold.
Cold is only down 7 cents. It's hovering at 24.44.
24
44.
44. Yeah, today. I mean, it's everybody must be taking it easy on the thing because it's been that thing's been a roller coaster, and it just I watched that thing go up one day, just like, and it just like wouldn't stop.
Well, it'll be interesting for you and I to see where it does go from here
Yeah,
because, I mean, I don't, if it continues up, we'll wish we still had it. But
it continues down. I'm gonna buy it.
yeah,
And if my Silvo gets up there high enough, I will forego the dividend. But I
yeah,
plan on
and I'll
holding it
short it.
till you got to hold Silvo till the 22nd to own
Can you
the.
short it? Is Silvo shortable?
I don't know. Try it. We can see. They played some. I mean, it's manipulated. I swear it is. If you just have to.
It is shortable. Wow.
That's what happened to it right there. People shorted it from 83,
Yeah, and then
82,
they
and then they
covered it.
dropped it because the dividends were coming out, and one person maybe have known, oh, the dividends are going to be bad. But yeah, so the day I bought that 73 was probably what day? It's Monday or whatever. So uh, yeah, when it got down that low, I'm like, I saw it. I'm like, I'm going to buy those up. And it didn't stay down there long. It got it right up to 74. And it just, was automatically that was the low spot. I think
Right.
there was one in there at 71. But so
So
cold is at, look, it's already going up.
yeah.
I'm
So
going
what
to
do you think it's
say,
going to be next week?
man, I said boiled. I got to go with 26.72.
You think it's
Well, it's sort of that matches my prediction on boil.
yeah, right. 20 what?
26.72. Wow,
Got it.
that's funny. I got 21.72 on the Donald J. Trump. Must like that number, 72.
Man. Uh, yeah. Well, man. So you think Boyle's going to be at 57?
And you said 67.
Yeah. Going up, going down. So if it goes to 67, this should go down to 2270.
That's not a bad guess right there. All right, well, that'll be interesting because there's enough in the middle. There's enough in the middle to do that. Okay, so
Right.
let's go to your picks now. Let's only do three. We're getting short on time here. We're a little over, but
Okay.
that's okay. We were late last week, so we can go a little over.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to do PSQH because we need to keep watching on that, right? Just kind of
Oh yeah,
watch
well
me.
hey, they're your picks, man. You can do whatever.
Yeah. Watch me either make money or lose money. Right now, it's trading at 186, $1.86.
Okay, let's see what we said. That's like 190. Right, I said
I
198.
think next week it will be um, what did it do on pump day? Went down to 162. I'm going to say it's going to be I hope 164.
190.
190.
Oh wait a second, is that right? Yeah, I'm gonna go. You said you hope it's down so you can buy more.
Yeah.
164 for you, 190 for me. All right, that's some pennies. That's a pennies that we're dealing with there. But
Dollar 90. Okay. And then
we got to do planter, even though you hate it.
I think I'm going to leave it off, man.
Okay, good. Yay.
How about I mean, I'm going to stick with Nike
Okay, yeah, that
because
one's
look at that, $50.89 is a world record low, even on 3 years. Look at that.
54, 30,
Wow.
54. What are you calling it?
54.35.
Because it moves a little bit. So I'm going to go with 58.16.
Got it. Noted. Uh, um, went down to 50. Wow. I don't know what they're going to do about making their shoes, man.
Not much. You're going to figure out
I
a way
think
to
it's
make it.
going to probably surprise everybody and go down to 47.35. All right.
Yeah, you
And then
like
we got,
you're doing some thinking on it. I was just totally guessing. So you're actually doing some thinking on this thing.
CPNG is,
Oh, that's you like that one? See, you want to do that one again?
yeah, yeah, I'll do it again. Like I said, I don't own it. I wish I did. I should have kept it. Man, I had 1,300 shares at a really good price.
See, that's what when I do that, like on that boil, because I could have sold it at, I texted you that day. I could have sold it at 20 $22 and some change or whatever. I said, I'm gonna let it ride. I even joked, I think I said, I'm gonna let it ride up to 30. It got darn close. And
it
I
did.
still I had it at 28, but I'm like, I finally panicked and sold it at the higher
Well,
rate. But
I'm tickled to death you did because here's the difference between our thoughts on cold and boil compared to a stock. This stock's, well, I mean, it's beat down, but it's a good company. Okay.
yeah,
We don't have enough knowledge as to what they're doing with the gas.
yeah, we don't. I mean, I try to
Yeah.
watch the futures because the gas future come out on 10:30 on Thursdays, and it didn't make any sense while with the inventory being high higher than they predicted, you would think oil would drop. Well, it
Right.
didn't. It didn't drop at all. It just sort
No.
of yes.
And
So
that's the thing. I mean, man, it was down in here. I bought it at 19. I could be owning this at 19. Anyway, it's 21.67 right now. And I remember I said I think this is a stock that within a year will be $100.
right.
Yeah. And but I'm not adding it to the portfolio. I don't think. I'll let you know if I do. But next week,
Well, I sort of missed it big time. So
I think next week it'll be 22.70. Unless some catalyst news comes
yeah,
along.
unless the world ends, type of thing. It's like we're at that point where we could wake up one day and everything's erased. They got
Yeah.
us. So I'm going to say you said just about what you said last time. I'm going to say 2170. No, 2119. 2119. Yep,
Got it.
that's it. All right, all
Okay.
right. On to the next ones. Okay, I got a new one here. This one's Alphabet, which is Google's parent company. It's GOOG.
Wait a
There was
minute.
another one, Dex. There was another one that's supposed to be that, you read the little news clips, the Kramers of the world make these predictions of, it's like Planter. You heard that Planter was going to be a good stock at some point. I think I remember your little
Yeah,
jerk
right.
was talking about it.
It was a gut feeling. What do we got? What do you got?
I got Goog, GOOG. Pull him up, see where he's at.
GOOG.
Yep, it's Google basically,
Oh yeah. Wow.
but it was in the news, so I wanted to see what. Yeah, the Alphabet. It's called Alphabet, so it's at one. I'm gonna call it 159.35. Man, that thing's going.
159.35. Got it.
All right, it's what it's at, and
Let's run a yearly chart. I don't trade this one.
I don't. I just like I said, I saw the news. I'm like, hey, we got a show on Friday. I want to put it on my list. So look, it's been a 206.
Yeah.
It moves a little bit.
Well, it does. But it again, here's a good example of stock I haven't even looked at, but it hit its yearly low the other day.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's Google, but they're saying that they've got something coming out that's going to make this stock boom. Man,
Oh,
look at
that's
that.
AI and all that kind of stuff. So, what do you think? You want me to pick first?
Yeah, you can go ahead and go first on this one.
Okay, I'll just pick 154.12.
Wow, I'm going to go with 162 48.
Man,
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to go up. I mean,
I'm
it
gonna
said
pick
it said in the
one.
article that it's going up, so I'm going with
The
that.
gloves are going to be off next Friday.
Oh yeah, do we ever have the gloves on? The Tesla. I'm gonna go with Tesla again. That's fun.
Oh
That was a fun one to watch.
man, you're going big time here.
Oh yeah, I'm going my good three here.
Tesla is trading at wow. You got to slow down. 248.40.
I'll call it that. I think I saw one of those in there. It's
Yeah,
already up 50. Nope, there it's man. That'll make you car sick watching that one.
Tesla's only down 4.
From
It made it down to 208, baby, and then
It's funny.
yeah.
It was 242 last week, and it's at 248. But it was all the way up and down. All these shorting and going long and everything else. I wonder how many people actually have Tesla in their portfolio.
Darn, we've been over an hour already.
Yeah, I know it. Well, we got sidetracked a couple times. There's a lot going on. I mean, when the market's like this, it's not boring.
You got
It's
a lot
not.
to talk about. I know.
Yeah, it's just a lot. Let's
Ah,
see.
okay. What do you got? What I say? Did I say anything?
Uh-oh.
Uh,
NNDM is up to 147.
wow. What is going on with that? We should have bought it.
I did buy it. I did buy it.
I know
What are you
you
talking
did.
about? Oh, I'm not watching it or anything. It
Yeah,
is sort
right.
of. It's sort of. When it's just fun to watch it. Just to watch this what's going on. But a lot of times I'm out on the job all day. It's just fortunate I happened to look because I had a busy day that day, and I just happened to look. I think it was the spirit telling me, "Hey, look at these things." And that move I made from buying Silvo low and selling high, but just in that time of me not getting online, Gary, was I lost 50 cents on the boil, which was $1,000, and then the other one had come up and I lost like $300 or $400. So I had like $1,300 of a trade that if I would have made it exactly when I could have made it, I would have done that. But I was okay. It was not money that I just didn't make. It wasn't money I really lost. But I'm like, man, that just shows you that sometimes timing is big on this stuff, especially when it's like going like a rocket up and down. So
This stock is so good on intraday. It's traded from 258 all the way down to 242.
yeah, it's back up to
That's
yeah,
how many? That's 16 points. So
16 points. But it's it's a $200 stock. You can't buy a
right,
crap
yeah,
load
but
of them.
you ought to be able to get a couple points out of that.
Yeah,
But
you got
anyway,
to be. What
where
do
do you
you
think
think?
it's going?
I think it's going to be at 254, 61. Yep, that's my guess.
I'm going to pick 231.80.
Man, they are. It's going to be a bloodbath next week. All right,
Well,
so
it's like I got a couple that I picked at the bottom, but I still think they're going to rip our face off in this market. I don't know
I
why.
know I'm betting that we're at the bottom, and you're saying it's still going to be some
Well,
ugly.
we may have witnessed the bottom. That can only 231 intraday.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, from here, but I don't know. I there's some premonition that we go lower one day, but
yeah.
hopefully not.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, this is all when you got that many people's reputation and on the line. They got 2 years to get this stuff straightened out. Before the midterms, if they want to
yeah,
stay in power, this stuff's got to work. Inflation numbers came out. Inflation's down.
right.
Inflation was
Oh, the
down.
numbers look great. That's what
Yeah,
everybody was saying. If the market was under normal circumstances, we'd have roared on Wednesday
right.
or whatever day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. But it was more like a meow.
yeah.
so, so,
What's your
so
next one, man?
I
You
got
got another
Silva.
big
I
one?
got to go with Silva. I mean, I've got like a lot of I got a lot of stuff in that one. I mean, I got a lot in this one.
Silvo,
Yep,
SVLO.
SVLO.
Got it.
I think it's gone up since we had started the show too. So it's another one. I'm gonna have to quit predicting these winners.
All right. SVLO?
SLVO. You got
Uh,
it backwards. That's some Slovakian company that
SLVO.
sells, washers or something. Oh no, it's still at 77. Somebody's putting a position in at 77.65 because that buy was in there yesterday, just sitting there, and it's gone down a little bit. It was at those. Let's see, that's about where it's been. So somebody's buying
77,
them
yeah.
up. Somebody's buying them up at 77.65, which I think a good move because, like I said, you get uh, you get $2 a share. Look, see, somebody's moving theirs up higher. Uh, so this one's at what'd you say, 77.65.
Yep.
Okay, your turn to go first.
Okay.
I'll make a Silvo believer out of you at some point.
Yeah, you probably will. Then, I'm probably going to do what you're going to do, but I'll say it's going to go up to 79.20.
Ooh, that's a good guess. Dang it, you got me on that. So this is okay. Now that you've guessed, I'm going to give you why I think it's going to go up higher than that.
Mm.
So the dividend is not paid until the 22nd, and our show is going to be on the 18th.
Oh,
So this historically will keep rising until the dividend date. So I'm going to say 81.81. I know it. Just saying. So I'll
all
give you the
right.
$3 on that. So yeah, that's my thought. And this thing has gone up daily. Put a 1 week up there. You'll see where somebody shorted it or somebody did something funky to it. Like I said, I think this one gets manipulated. So there you go. So it was up at at the start, like last Friday. Last Friday it was 73. Is this this is a 10-day? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
it
10.
had dropped.
How'd
So
you know it's 10-day? What do you see?
I see it right up there. It says Silvo 10-day, 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. Very good.
I can actually
Wow.
I'm trying to
Man.
read these things. It's a lot of gobbledygooks. I'm still trying to figure out how, those reds and the greens. I know the green is a sell and the red's a sell and the green's a buy. But if they're long like that, does that mean that that's what got sold in between that gap to fill an order?
Well,
Is
it's a
that
30-minute chart.
okay?
So that's 30 minutes of trading, and it registers that they were selling.
Selling. Okay. All right. I put mine on like minutes.
Well,
Like
yeah, but if I did a 1 minute, 10-day chart,
it would be, we
couldn't even
can't see
see
it.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can't. Yeah. Yeah. That's why you're running the board and I'm not.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see. What else do we have? Is that it? Oh, we got the 8 ball pick on the market. What is the
Eight.
Dow at? What's the Dow at right now?
I don't know. I
I
don't do
got
this
it. I
much.
got it. Don't worry. I got it
Eight
somewhere.
ball market up or down?
Okay, I'm going to call it at 39,976 even. I'm just going to go with the even number.
I'm gonna go
39,976. So let's
1685.
see what the 8 ball says. And you got the NASDAQ? You got it?
Yeah, 16 or 18,685. Got it.
Okay, so 8 ball says, do you want to do them separately? Let's see if 8 ball says on the Dow. It says up.
Oh, well, you can't do them wrong.
Yeah, I can. I can do now.
If
I
it
can do it
says
again. Go
down
ahead and
now,
do it
then
again.
the 8 ball is going to be
Well, but
right
it's
no
only
matter
for
what.
one. It's only for one. So that's
Well,
for. It
if
says
the
up.
Dow's down, this is down. If they
Okay.
follow each other.
All right. Well, it's just one then. I'm glad you made that clear. We don't want to overwork the 8 ball.
No.
So
So he says up.
it says up. It says
All
most
right.
definitely yes. So
If the 8 ball's right, we've got a lot of wrong picks.
yep, we got a yeah.
But
Well,
in
no, you
theory,
do.
the
I
market ought to
say
be
it's.
up.
I've
I mean,
picked.
the market's really. I mean, ought to. That's where you go get screwed up when you trade the way you think it ought to trade, and you lose money. But the market's way down, so we think it ought to be up. The 8 ball obviously thinks it should be up, right?
Yeah, well, it did. It won last week by 1,000 points. So hey, there you go. If you would have
I'd like to
just bet
see
on
it
the Dow
sell up.
Jones going up last week, you'd have made $1,000 a point. So
Yeah, you'd made some good money.
yeah, but I don't know. It's an 8 ball and it's made in China. Surprised. I'm glad I got it in here before the tariff hit because this was only a $4 8 ball, but now with the tariffs, it would be a $28 8 ball. So
Look at that. Darn, man. DJT sold off at 19 today.
oh.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Oh well. Let's
I
do
bought
one.
it.
Let's do one more look at it's 47 and a half NNDM. If you'd have bought 100,000 shares of that,
Man,
you'd
look
made
at
money.
that. What kind of shares are going on here? We got,
Oh, somebody bought some. Oh, they
yeah, that's
bought some.
13,000 there.
Yeah.
What's the yearly low on this?
Oh, this one's an ugly one.
134. That was on sale day.
Yeah. Oh, that's the
Wow.
low of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought mine at 138. And well, actually, it was hovering around 140, actually 136, 137. I have some. So anytime it got down into that high 30s, I bought some. So I
Very good.
have several thousands of that, but
I
not
think you'll
several.
do all right with that.
Well, I mean, it's just a matter you got to hold it. I think it's going to be a good
Right.
stock because they are going to be a player in the 3D printing market. It's just that they lost that desktop metals. They wanted to do Mark Forge first because they have the equipment that the liquids go in, and then they wanted to buy desktop metals because they have the liquids too. So if you look at the hierarchy of it, but the court forced them to do desktop metals, and the market did not like that. They did not. They didn't like that they had that L. But if they still go through with the Mark Forge, which it's been all approved, and it was supposed to be done in the first quarter, but the desktop metal thing sort of took their attention away. So anyway, it's a if you do the research on some of these companies, you can actually sort of see what's going on. So they seem, they're a medium cap, I think. So they're not in danger. I mean, anybody can go bankrupt, but they just got a new CEO. Let me see if I can see that one. Yeah, so they're sort of reorganizing, and I think once they get organized, it's going to be something. So they have this new guy named. Well, that's not the guy. Hold on, I'll find it. I'll find it. Oh, energy transfer. Pull up ET real quick. I want to see what that is. Since we're going along, we might as well just go along. There it is.
Whoa, ET.
Wow,
What has it done in the last sell day? 20 days. It went down to 14. Is that the yearly
man,
low? Let's see. Let's see. It was, of course.
that
That's,
stock's usually around 20,
yeah.
18 to 20. So I mean, that's a word. So Nano Dimension names OFIR Baharava Baharav. A lot of A's in that name. Uh, as new CEO. 3D
And he
printing it.
he was at Energy Transfer.
No, it had nothing to do with any. I
Oh,
saw it when I was scrolling, so my ADHD got you on that one. But let's see what it says about this guy here. So, days after completing the Desktop Metal acquisition, Nano Dimension has appointed Ofer Bahaha as their chief executive officer, effectively today, immediately. He was a board of directors. He was on the board of directors. Been an active shareholder in Munchkin, whatever that is. It sounds like it's good news, but they sure haven't. They really done a lot. So this Zivi Nadivi was the old president, and so they're making some moves
oh,
on
good.
on the management. So he's had a proven ability to drive strategic change and operational efficiency, precisely what Nano Dimension needs at this critical juncture. His
Uh,
deep industry experience and leadership will be instrumental in navigating the integration, achieving and rapid profitability. Oh, those are good words right there.
Oh,
And delivering significant value to our sharebholders. Huh? You see
you
that
got to
last
watch
part?
those forward-looking words,
Yeah,
though.
I know. It sounds like we better sell it. But
But it's
they're like,
going up. Hey, it's working.
yeah,
So,
it's working. It's like
yeah.
it's where are we at now? It's 148.
Wow.
But somebody's watching the show. I don't know who it is, but somebody is. Uh,
Maybe I should short it. Let's see what happens.
yeah, sure.
Oh
Look at all
man.
those people selling them, though.
Hey, at 145, $1.45, 175,000 shares traded in. At 144, 226,000.
Man,
Yeah, at 143, 243,000 changed hands.
I mean, that's but it's they got a lot of shares out there. But like I said, I just think this is, if you're going to go long on something, this is one to go long
Yeah.
on. So anyway, that's good because I think it was down to 138
Well,
earlier
it's
today.
affordable, but just because they're affordable,
Yeah, but you got to watch out. Those are the ones that go friggin' bankrupt.
yeah, you
You
could
know,
have 100,000 shares and lose all your money. You don't.
all of it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. 100,000. Yeah, exactly. So
See, if I bought that one that you're talking about at 138, if you got 30,000 shares, I'd have a stop at 127. I'd give it 10 cents. So
yeah, I may have to do that on mine. I need to do that. I actually did that on something
either,
on Boyle one time,
yeah.
and it was like I was glad I did. But sometimes it'll dip down and then go back up, and it'll catch your
But
and you're like, dang.
exactly. They'll take out your stops. You got to watch it. But also, you got to have a gut feeling when and you do. You think this company, I mean, anything can
Yeah,
happen, but you've done a
yeah.
lot of research. You don't feel like this company's going out of business. They just bought a
No,
business.
no,
They bought a
they're
couple businesses or change,
and they
so
pay uh some hundred and something $1 million for it. The
Yeah.
thing that the one, I try to look at the red flags and the green flags. One of the red flags is they're buying companies that are bigger than them. That's what always, made me think about, well, maybe Mark Ford should be buying them. Mark Ford should have been buying, but Mark Ford just had issues. They got in trouble with the patent. They had 23 patents that a company was suing over, and they lost one of them, and they had to do a $17 million deal with them. They just had a little string of bad luck. Pull up Mark Ford's real quick. You know which one that one is, I think. You're the one that got me started on Mark Forge. I made decent money on that. I made like 13K on Mark Forge. I
Yeah.
own one share of it right now. So, but see, it's at 471, and the buy is $5. Nano Dimension's going to buy this at $5. The deal's been approved. It's just waiting to get done.
Yeah. And it's not done yet, huh?
No, it's not done yet, but yeah, it's not done. Well, because of the Desktop Metals. But Desktop Metals, the judge said, guess what? You're not only going to do the deal, but you need to get it done in 2 days. So for the fact that they got it done for less money than that they were going to spend, I thought that was pretty good, because usually it'd be the opposite. If the judge says get it done, so they must have been like in a room throwing stuff at each other until they got it figured out. So, but yeah, so these are, and you can, a lot of this stuff you can, if you got a company like this, but it's like valued so low right now. It's something else. What's this one?
They're just talking about it on the TV. Hey, you watching the Masters?
No, I should be.
Oh man, yeah.
I've
I
been,
watch it after the markets, but
yeah.
okay, man. Good show. Nothing new. Those are some good stocks. It's a. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah,
Next
this is
year,
why we started our show.
we had '08, right? We didn't take very good advantage of that. We had 2020, the COVID.
COVID. Oh
And
man.
then I was thinking, how are they going to bring these stocks? They're so elevated. I had no clue what they were going to do. I mean, kind of the thought I thought would happen is another, what do they call that? Sickness.
Yeah, pandemic.
Yeah,
God,
pandemic. Yeah, yeah, and all the COVIDiots, that went for it. But
COVID.
anyway, now we got tariffs, so it's a buying opportunity, I think.
Yeah, well, you can see in my picks, I think I listen to you on I think where we were at the bottom, and I just think it's going to gradually come back up.
Yeah.
I think everybody's just sort of got all out of whack
Well,
from.
here's how it works. Even if it goes below where I'm at, I'm holding my nose. I mean, 2 years from now,
Yeah, nobody will
if you
ever
got
understand.
enough, I'll probably be up at least 100 grand on the PSQH by the time I'm.
Well, yeah, hey, there's something to be said with these people getting involved on the boards. I think
Yeah,
that there should be, if we could get Gary Jr. to put out a follow the board member, uh, to
yeah,
see who's all these board people, if they're famous or they're a politician or if they're whatever. There's correlation in that, and I'm surprised. Well, obviously this one needs a contract, and right now I think Trump's sort of wading through waters that, let's put it this way, he doesn't have time for the junior to come in and say, hey dad, I need a contract over here.
yeah.
Right now he's got his hands full. So, but I'm thinking once some things settle down and maybe the economy starts coming back, old DTJ Jr. goes in there and says, hey dad, what about this contract I promised these people? Oh yeah, let's
Right,
get that through.
exactly. His
Let's get that
dad's the
done.
president. I
Yeah.
mean, now he's on the board. I mean,
Well,
he's
look what Hunter did. It's
yeah.
like, and that guy was a moron. So,
Well,
but
and also I look at it now. I think Trump's a pretty good guy as far as ethical and everything. So if I'm going to put a lot of money into a company, I think I would do that.
yeah, I didn't get the same feeling with Biden on that stuff. I think everything was for sale with him. He
Yeah,
was
right.
he was
Yeah, they were pumping
whatever
it
deal
up.
you want to make, the big guy. I mean, he's more mafia. I think Trump is just more eccentric, extravagant. I mean, anybody that's got a gold toilet, you got to watch. You got to watch out for them. So
I don't
anyway,
know. I think a lot of my ass. So,
yeah, well, you just all you have to buy is a gold toilet seat. You don't have to buy the
oh,
whole
okay.
damn thing. I don't. That's
Hey,
where I draw the line with the
I'm not
whole
going to
toilet.
be half-ass. I'm going to buy the whole toilet.
What kind of budget do you think we have on this show? All right, say goodbye. I'll see you next week.
Hey, okay.
All right,
Bye. See
we
you
gotta do
next week.
our thing at the
Buy
end.
low.
Sell high. That's
Right
right.
on.
Out. So you're new to the market and you're watching these market shows and talking to some of your friends, and maybe you listen to one of them and they say, hey, I got this great stock tip for you. Just get on board here and we'll ride this thing together. I'll show you how to do it and I'll teach you a few things. And you're like, okay, come on and get on. And then you get on there and then all of a sudden the market starts going. You invest this money, the market starts going, and it's going, and you're like, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit shaky about this deal here, and then the market starts going up and down, and you're like, hey, and then all of a sudden the earnings come out, and it's like, oh, your friend says, oh well, sorry about that. I really thought it was a good deal. I just I'll talk to you later. And then you're sitting there holding on to the horns.